Hi everyone, it's Az here from HeelvsBabyface. First of all, apologies for the voice. In my desire to return back to YouTubing because of the horrible algorithm which just kills your channel if you don't, I haven't fully recovered from the coof, and the voice is now suffering, but hey, it's all gravy, baby. It's all gravy, baby. It's been, believe it or not, over 2 years since I've really discussed The Last of Us Part 2, which is not really what I want to discuss here, but it's going to be part of the conversation, as they say, where the leaks started to come out, and reading through them, they seemed laughable. And then when channels like mine and Ryan Kinnell's started to discuss them, we were hit with copyright strikes by, well, I was initially by Sony itself, and then then I was hit by a third-party company who I have the emails from, where they confirm that they are working for Sony. Clever boys in that company. And I think they gave Ryan 2 copyright strikes and 1 copyright claim. And if that claim had escalated into a strike, then Ryan's channel would have been gone. With me, they gave me 1 copyright strike and 2 copyright claims. So again, if you challenge the claims and the Sony or, say no, then they can escalate those claims into copyright strikes. And again, 3 copyright strikes, your channel's gone. So the videos that they struck obviously vanished. Ryan, myself, refused to be quiet about it. Geeks and Gamers refused to be quiet about it. We were very, very vocal. I conversed with a solicitor as regards to my legal standing. And I've been very open and honest with what the solicitor said. He said, look, you have a case, but the problem is, do you have the money? Because Sony will bleed you dry. They will bleed you dry in court. And even if you win the case, there's no guarantee that they will have to pay your expenses. So, I had to make a decision whether or not to go ahead with legal action against Sony. Fortunately, that decision was taken out of my hands, as the bad press which was developing from this had got to such a crazy extent. And it got to such a crazy extent that Sony started to DMCA itself. Sorry, I'm having to shout because the voice is quite difficult to project. I'll drinky poo some water as much as I can throughout the video. But they started to DMCA themselves. They started to DMCA their own trailers. It was getting crazy and out of hand. Now, of course, Naughty Dog, throughout this whole process, has said, we have nothing to do with this. We don't know what's going on here. This is a Sony thing. And then later down the line, Neil Cockman admitted that as soon as these videos came out from myself and Ryan and others, they had like a crisis meeting. And the first thing they said was, we need to pull these down. But Cockman is a liar. He's a liar and a coward. He's also a crazy far-left ideologue, and clearly showed that he isn't the brains of the operation when it comes to good storytelling. I think we all know who at Naughty Dog was the good storyteller, and she was forced out by the looks of it. So, anywho, Last of Us Part 2 came out initially, big sales in the first week, and then boy, whoa, they fell off a cliff. They fell off an absolute cliff Video game stores were stacked high with people in the first week just returning their games, trading their game in. Yeah. We saw streamers taking the discs out when they were playing it live, cutting them up because of the trash game and the trash story. And the way that the beloved first game, which is massively beloved, a story about a father and a daughter, surrogate father and daughter, you know, connecting together, learning to trust each other, learning to come together as a family through some exceedingly difficult experiences that they've both gone through. Both untrustworthy, both unwilling to trust, I should say. Both having a lot of issues that they needed to get through. And then Cuckman comes in with the second part, kills off Joel immediately, sticks 10,000 steroids in Abby. Abby smash! And just goes flipping 11 with Ellie, and it's the trans character, and it just turned into an absolute joke. It was so clumsily told and pathetic, trying to push a 25-year into an apocalypse Seattle as this progressive. It's no wonder people were done with the game. And then, apart from Fat Gero, we loved Fat Gero. But other than that, things went real quiet. Real quiet on the Last of Us 2 front. And then, a little while ago, Naughty Dog announced that they were going to remake The Last of Us, the first game for the current generation. And now it's saying, no, this isn't a cash grab. Well, I'm sorry, darling. But when you're making a remake of a remaster of the original, which came out 9 years ago, then sweetheart, you're cash grabbing. That's what you're doing. You are trying to make money off a game that people loved, as opposed to not be able to make money off a game that people loathed. And whereas I have no doubt that sometime in the future, we will probably get an announcement for The Last of Us Part 3, my thoughts are, who's going to care? Who ultimately is going to care? Well, maybe Critical Drinker will care enough to make me play it against... But anywho, more information came out about this remake of the remaster of the original. Jesus Christ, they might as well just put Skyrim on the fucking box. And it came out that they were going to charge $70. $70. This new price that they want to work with for next gen PC Master Race. I've joined the PC Master Race. My consoles they're now downstairs in the entertainment area for when guests come over, as opposed for me seriously playing them anymore. And I just use PC. But they want to charge $70 for the remake of the remaster of the original. That didn't please a lot of people. And then yesterday, leaks of the actual gameplay came out, totaling approximately 6 minutes. There were 3 different videos. These ones here. Now I'm going to play it because we all know what Naughty Dog are like. I'm just going to show a portion of it. Now, as you can see, the colors are really desaturated. Now, they say that this could be an issue with the HDR. Could be something along those lines. And the saturation, excuse me, the saturation could be better in the final cut. But for sure, these are highly desaturated pieces of footage. But it's looking fine. Now, I'm not trying to shit on it for the sake of shitting on it. You know, I've done plenty of shitting on Naughty Dog, but I have always and will always maintain that The Last of Us is a phenomenal video game. It is a phenomenal video game, The Last of Us. Just play the game. Don't bother with the DLC. Don't bother with them bringing in the identity politics. Just play the original game from start to finish. It's an incredible game. But seeing shots like this, I mean, look, you know, cards on the table. Am I going to buy this? Am I fuck? You know, fuck Naughty Dog and Cuckman and the rest of those bitches there that had part of this. And all hail to the leakers who put this storyline out, because there was a lot of people at Naughty Dog that were very unhappy with the direction. Very unhappy. Discussed that multiple times in the past. But this kind of just looks... yeah? Now, the thing is, when you see the actual footage, which you can see from this website, the gameplay looks identical to the first game. And if you'll cast your mind back, if you can remember, one of the few kind of criticisms of The Last of Us was the gameplay, which they tweaked slightly in The Last of Us Part 2. But that was one of the, you know, few criticisms that the game actually got. But it doesn't look like there's been any change to the gameplay from the first game. So even the most stalwart of supporters have been coming out going, okay, right, it looks, you know, But I think there's another reason that they want to remake this game. Just to end the video. I am, you know, I'm no longer a betting man. Those are my sins of my past. But I am willing to bet a hefty sum of currency that at the end of this game, they will shoehorn in a connective bit with either Abby or Abby's father to The Last of Us Part 2. Because, of course, that didn't exist in the original. And they had to take some liberties with the second one to make that happen. So I think they're going to make those changes. We might even see Abby. We might not. But we might see Abby coming in and finding her dead father. But I think that's one of the things they are desperate to do with this remake. They are rewriting history. They are rewriting the original story so it connects to their inclusive and diverse apocalypse where even the most vicious and evil of people are accepting of people's identities. Because Cuckman's a fucking lunatic. I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye for now.